you also need to address the emotional aspect of things. How did your experiences previously impact your behaviors, your thought patterns, your emotions now? And how can we understand those things and then implement coping skills and strategies to help you move forward?
Well, I am here with you, Stephen. I did a little bit of background research on you and on mastery mindset. So I have a few questions about mastery mindset and then really just about you as a whole that brought you to mastery mindset and where you see that going as well. So I did read that a particular video game stuck with you. Which one was that?
So I played the football video game Madden professionally for a number of years. I loved football and sports, and then I just started playing, and I was not that great at first, but then I became, through a lot of practice and a lot of trying, really good. I really liked it. I started winning online tournaments, and then I started playing in-person tournaments, traveling the country, and then I started, winning tournament money. Like I won tournaments in Las Vegas, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and then I was able to, travel, play professionally, and then I was able to buy my first house with the tournament winnings.
Wow, that's so cool. Now, how long do you think that journey was from the first time you picked up a controller to where you're at now? Like how long was that journey of Madden honestly getting you that far?
Yeah, so the first Madden I started playing was Madden 06, but I first started playing really online in like Madden 12, so like 2011, 2012.
Okay.
And then I started really playing competitively 2015, 2016. So then for like 5 years after that is when I really was heavily traveling to tournaments and such. So it was a fun ride. It was a good, like, through my college years and into grad school.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of new experiences, met a lot of dope people, and got to make money and do things that do something that I loved.
For sure. Was there something specific about Madden that stuck with you just because you really enjoyed football as a kid? And was there anything else that really stuck out to you that kept you going, that kept you that motivation of playing? Or was it the dollar sign? Like what outweighed a little more to you there?
Yeah, I love the strategic aspect of it. I very much liked that I was challenged, like mentally and intellectually, of strategic, football is a strategic game, and obviously you have to have some level of hand-eye coordination and skill to play the game, but I liked to come up with schemes and tactics to outthink people and then to use what they like to do against them. So it's kind of like a chess match. That's the way a lot of people would describe it who are professionals at the game. So I really enjoyed that chess match of it.
And did you see the vision of the success that it brought you when you picked up a controller the first time, or when you won your first tournament? Did you see, maybe I could keep doing this more and more and more?
Not really. I mean, I grew up watching on ESPN. They had a show called Madden Nation, where it was like this big bus came around with a bunch of the players. They went to tournaments and stadiums and such. And I saw that and I'm like, that's cool. Like, maybe I could do that. But I just kept playing because I loved it. And it brought me to, I was always a competitive person I played sports when I was younger. And then I just kept going. So, and then it led me to, some really great experiences. I didn't even really think I could really make money at it until it really started happening.
For sure.
It was cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. That's really cool. I do want to ask, was there a specific influence for you to study psychology at UCF, and where did you see that bringing you when you first signed up to study that, and then from graduating as well? Yeah,
so when I was younger, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was like good at math, mostly. I won like math competitions and such, but then I got to like pre-calculus and I was like, I gotta try. Maybe this isn't the route for me. But I came into contact with like a school counselor when I was a senior, and I just saw how he was like with students, with parents, and just kind of how he would make people feel at ease. And looking back on it now, I'm like, damn, that's actually like what I kind of needed at the time. So I saw that and I was like, I want to do that for people. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, well, what's the route to get there? So then I studied psychology and got my bachelor's in that, and then I ended up getting my master's in counselor education. And then, from then on, I just kind of worked a job, but then I just felt I wanted to make more of an impact. So I started my own business and, taking on clients, dealing with professionals. So that's kind of the genesis of it. And then and how it's kind of matured over time.
For sure. So that did really answer like what motivated you to transition from, you know, high school counseling to mastery mindset. And do you feel that mastery mindset will kind of continue to implement basic psychology that you learned and needed as a child and then to bring to others at the same time? Or is it more in a professional sense? How do you help others in that balance of professional and personal?
Gotcha. Yeah, so I take a lot of the aspects of counseling, of therapy, and then I implement my own system. It's called like the M3 method, and it implements a lot of like action items and things to really move the needle forward, but also pinpoints the exact symptoms, the exact things that professionals go through. A lot of stress, anxiety, like burnout's been a big deal recently.
Yeah.
Overthinking, a lot of these things, and it's very targeted for what they go through, because they're dealing with mostly like high achievers, people who are used to being successful, but they don't want that success to come at the expense of their mental and emotional well-being.
For sure.
Because, what is the point of being successful if you're miserable? If your internal world isn't congruent with that external success.
Definitely. Now, I do want to ask as well, because, part of your mastery mindset is to help others, in their professional life and translate that into personal. If someone is, a professional is having trouble dealing with stress or anxiety or burnout, what would you say is the biggest thing holding them back from, relieving these things?
So what I would say is they're probably treating the symptoms and not the overall root of the problem. And the root of that is it's a multifaceted system that needs to come in place. Like you need to know, you need to have a clear picture of what you want your life to become. You need to know what your values are and how can you align your actions with that picture of success. You also need to address the emotional aspect of things. How did your experiences previously impact your behaviors, your thought patterns, your emotions now, and how can we understand those things and then implement coping skills and strategies to help you move forward and deal with these things. And then you need an element of habit practices and self-care that you can implement to support your performance. That way this is not just something that's a quick fix or something you do for a period of time, but it's a long-lasting, lifetime pursuit.
For sure. That's awesome. Thank you for answering. Last question is, what is next for you and Mastery Mindsets and also Affluent Standard? Do these go hand in hand and you want to take them even further? Are you going to take the back seat in a few years? Do you have, what's that goal look like, that vision?
Honestly, I'm really kind of at the beginning of everything. I've been working with clients, I've been, having success getting them the results. That's the most important thing, is the impact on the people that I serve. And, wherever life takes me with that, I'm more than happy to explore. It's right now it's working one-on-one with clients, but if it includes, speaking engagement, if it includes seminars, experiences, things like that, I'm always open to, new endeavors. But I really love what I do, and the people I work with are getting incredible results. So that's really more than I could ever ask for.
That's awesome. All right. Well, I think that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for sharing. Do you have anything else you want to add? And maybe clip it.
No. So if anyone wants to keep up with what I'm doing and how they can get in contact with me, you can follow me on Instagram. It's at Stephen Javaruski, STEPHENJAVARUSKI. You can, follow me, DM me, anything, and I'd be happy to, discuss how we might be able to help you, overcome any mental and emotional challenges that you may have.
Awesome. All right. That's so cool. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Of course.